Hello, my name is Kareem Neal, and I've been a self-contained special education teacher for 21 years. I've taught at Maryville High School for the last 13 years. My philosophy on teaching is building community. So I've built a really strong community in my classroom, and it's kind of a family-type atmosphere in there. Like, for instance, many of my students, if you ask them what their favorite day of the weekend, they'll say it's Monday, because they get to come back to school.
To me, it was like the best thing for me being part of her class, doing a lot of learning and doing a lot of great, interesting stuff with my class.
It's amazing all the wonderful things that he's involved in and how he supports the school community and the larger community around us. He's well known for his work with his students in reference to really supporting, helping them build leadership skills, taking them out into the community. Each of his students arrive every single day just excited and filled with just a sense of purpose when they get onto this campus, knowing that they're going to have a wonderful experience with Mr. Neal and his classroom assistants.
I was placed in Mr. Neal's CBT classroom my senior year as a student assistant, and this is when I really got to see Mr. Neal as a teacher, not just inside the classroom but outside. He didn't just walk in, teach a lesson, and walk out. He would walk in and get to know his students individually and as a whole. He would get to know the communities that they come from, their abilities, their strengths, and their cultures. Just seeing how he is inside the classroom made me want to become a teacher. I wanted to be Mr. Neal. So I decided to go on after graduation and get my education degree, which I successfully pursued, and I am now teaching at the current high school that he works at and the former high school that I met him.
I'm often making sure that our inclusive efforts are a little bit different than the traditional my students sit into a class. I also invite other students to come into my class so that they can view my students, so that we can build that full school community. Because I do feel like most school communities have special education classrooms as a bit separate. And that is not really the way for peers to interact with other peers. I feel like the whole school needs to be a family type environment because everybody can learn something from everybody. I know when I got into the field and I started working with students with special needs, their authenticity really got to me, and it was a big reason why I've stuck with it this long. And I feel like if everyone gets a chance to meet all of their peers and everybody gets a chance to interact with everyone, they can gain those kinds of gifts that you can't gain from just staying in your own box.